children watching somewhere in the world. Okay, so we are moving on to these magnificent Anhui Turquoise frame drop earrings. These are extraordinary. They're on 4 flexible payments for you. These are big, bold, incredibly, gosh, they have that incredible presence to them, but very, very limited. Oh, look at the rough. I love when you do show and tell, Jay. Okay. But take a look at these. These are not for the faint of heart. Imagine this framing your face. How gorgeous.
This is the natural material. And, you know, Anhui, when I say that, everybody, I always kind of grimace in a way, because Anhui, if you think of Anhui, think of it's a province in China, but it's about the size of Texas. It's the mineral wealth there is incredible, and there's copper mines, there's iron mines, there's tin mines, there's gold, there's silver. This whole region is nothing but mining. That's how they survive. It's not really a farming region, it's more mining. And anytime that you have turquoise, you have to have copper. That's just guaranteed.
Sure.
You cannot have turquoise and not have copper, but they don't. You could have the biggest copper deposit in the world and not have one single speck of turquoise.
So fascinating.
And I just want to let everybody, you know, we show a lot of Chinese turquoise, and so I think that people get the idea that turquoise has been around in China for years and years and years. It goes back in the history of China, like thousands of years ago. You find turquoise, you know where it came from? It came from Tibet. Wow. It came from Egypt. It came from what is now, you know, all the Persian turquoise, which used to be the sleeping beauty of the world, right?
Premium.
That was when you go to and see the artifacts. That's where it came from. It came from Persia, which is now, you know, modern day Iran. That's where the turquoise come from. The turquoises that you're seeing now from China were only discovered in the 70s. The 70s is when they first started discovering the turquoise, and it was just part of the mining. Guess who discovered it? Guess who actually made Chinese turquoise what it is today? And it's actually getting rarer and rarer and rarer. They were all Americans. They were all Americans, and they all came from New Mexico. They came from Arizona. They came from Colorado. All these guys were old turquoise miners, old turquoise cutters. And when they started hearing rumors that they were finding turquoise, you know, in China, they absolutely had no idea how valuable turquoise was. They were throwing this stuff away. They were mining it, and they were just tossing it. You know,
use that language with me.
They weren't even. Yeah, they weren't even using the turquoise. They really didn't know about the market. They didn't have any clue whatsoever. So some of the first turquoise in the early 70s, when I first started working with Chinese turquoise, that came out was that old spider web, black spider web. You can't even get it. In fact, I brought samples with me. I didn't bring them out on the air, but I can show you that I have about 20 different varieties of turquoise that comes from China that now are collector's items. That you can't even get it. You can't even get a single piece of it. The only time you're ever going to see it is somebody like me who has it in their private collection. This is one of the new deposits, the new mines that we're working with. Unfortunately, I go to this mine every 6 weeks. Religiously. Every 6 weeks I go to this mine. It is not the easiest place in the world to get to, and unfortunately in China, they don't have private aircraft, they don't have private helicopters, a lot of cases they don't have even roads. So it's really kind of tough to actually visit this, but to be able to get this quality, and this is all the natural color of it,
Jay,
and it has that beautiful webbing in it.
Absolutely.
You see that wonderful
and we didn't even talk about the silversmithing. That's extraordinary. All handcrafted there?
It's all completely hand done. These are
Hand-textured.
big, bold pieces, all completely hand done. And this turquoise right here is a premium price.
4 Flex that expires tonight at midnight. 294-938 is your item number, brand new.